Today, I'm going to be showing you how to sew an elastic waistband as you see on joggers trousers. Okay, so this is the trousers we're going to be sewing the elastic waistband on. Welcome to Meg Unique Stitches YouTube channel. If you're yet subscribed to this channel, you want to do so right away so that you would be notified each time we upload new videos, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do is to measure around your waist circumference. So you want to measure from one point round the waist, okay? And for this particular trousers, we have 38 as our waist circumference. So I'll just take this away. And of course, before we continue, in our previous class, I have taught us how to make a straight pocket. Okay, so you might want to check through the channel. I'll also drop the link in the description box on how to make a straight pocket like this. Okay, so let's continue with our today's class. So I said the waist circumference is 38. So you want to cut out your band. Okay, this band here measures 39 because I need the other allowance to actually join it. So from this beginning point here, from this point to this end point is 39 inches. Okay, why the height of the band? The height of the band is 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put it on fold like so. I'm going to fold the band into two, as you can see. Then we are going to join it by half an inch. By the time we join by half an inch, we are going to it's going to return to our original circumference of 38. Okay, so you can see my 19 mark here. So I'll join this and to return back to 38. This is one of the things you want to make available. Then for the elastic band, I am going to be making use of this elastic band. The height is about 1¼ less than 2 inches. Okay, so the height of your band depends on the height of your elastic band, the height of your band depends on the height of this elastic. There are some that are wider than this. There are some that are not as wide as this. So you want to consider the height of this. Okay, so having said that, let me tell us the measurements of this elastic band. Now you want to measure your waist, your true waist, where the trousers is starting from, and you're going to minus 8 inches from the value of your waist circumference. So in this case, the waist circumference is different from the waist of the trousers. Okay, you know that for elastic band, we increase the waist of the trousers while cutting. But to determine the length of your elastic, you have to use your original waist. So original waist for this trousers is 28 inches. It's a high waist trousers, so it's 28 inches. 28 minus 8 is 20 inches. So what I have here is 20. I have 20 inches here. Okay, I have 20 inches along this point here, a little bit less, but it should be 20 inches. Okay, you minus 8 inches from your waist circumference. So having said this, so let's get to it. The first thing we want to do now is to join this our band. Okay, fold into two and join by half an inch. So let's do that. So you can see I have joined. Okay, so once you have done this, the next thing you want to do is just to open up like so and bring it this way. You want to, we said that the height of our band is 5 inches. The height is 5 inches. So you want to you open up the half an inch stitches you sewed. You open up like so. You might want to press down. So after opening up, you take to your sewing machine and you want to run a stitch from the top to the bottom. You want to hold it down. Then the other side, you want to run a stitch from the top to the bottom. Okay, and don't run the stitch on this one. You lift it away like so. You lift this other part away and you run a stitch on both sides. All right, so I've run a stitch down, you can see. So we are going to move on to the next thing. Okay, so what we're going to be doing next is, don't forget I said that the height of this band is 5 inches. So we're going to be folding it into 2 such that it will become 2.5 inches. Okay, so you want to fold into 2 like so. Here will be the midpoint. Here that has the mark here will be the midpoint. Okay, so you fold into 2 like so. You can see all round. Okay, so just keep that aside. Then you pick up your elastic and you want to fold over this way, cross it over like this. Okay, then you hold it down by multiple stitches, zigzag stitches. Okay, all right, so you can see that I've made multiple stitches on it. So you want to do the same thing. So we are going to put the elastic inside. Okay, just like this. Okay, and we are going to sew. The stitch should not climb on. Don't sew on the elastic. So you push the elastic inside and you sew. So as you sew, you will be drawing the elastic. So you will sew by, let's say, half an inch or less than half an inch. So as you sew, you're drawing the elastic. Okay, so you can sew by less than half an inch. So let's do that right now. So here's our band. So we have enclosed the elastic inside. Okay, you can see the stitch that we made. So right now we're going to be fixing this on the trousers before running a top stitch on it. So you want to pick up your trousers like so. This is the front. You want to open up the stitch because we're going to start sewing from the front here. So open up the stitch like so. Okay, so you open it up like this and you want to pick up your band. This is the point that will be at the front, also the midpoint. So you want to align it. Okay, you want to align it like this. Make sure it aligns. Then you want to sew. We'll be joining this to our trousers by half an inch. Okay, so after sewing, it's going to look this way. So after sewing, before we run a top stitch on the band itself, so I'll just take this round. Okay, so as you sew, you might want to drag it. Make sure it goes round your trousers back to this point. All right, so we have joined the waistband to the trousers. Please note that when joining, don't sew on the elastic. Don't sew on the elastic yet. Okay, so you can see that we just stepped up from the former stitches by 1/4 of an inch. So don't sew on the elastic. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to be making a top stitch. Now this top stitch is not compulsory, but if you want to have a top stitch, then no problem. So from this midpoint here, we're going to make a top stitch. Okay, and as you sew, we're going to make 2 top stitches. One will be here about half an inch away from the waist, then the other one will be somewhere down here, maybe half an inch. From here to here, half an inch. We'll take it round the waist, then we'll step down from this line down to half an inch and take it round again. So we're going to be having 2 top stitches round the waist. And when you are sewing on it this time around, these 2 top stitches would be on the elastic. So as you sew, you want to drag. Okay, make sure you are dragging it as you're sewing. So let's do that. All right, so here we are on the sewing machine. So we want to make a top stitch like I already explained to us. So all you need to do is just to place on your machine like so. And I said that you have to drag it. Okay, you will need to drag as you're sewing, you want to be dragging it. Okay. All right, so let's just sew. So make sure you're dragging it so that everything would lay flat by the time you get to the end. Okay, so you want to take your time. There is no point rushing at this point because you are even almost done, so there is no point rushing. So please kindly like this video and ensure that you have subscribed to this channel. Please share, and so that other persons can benefit from the video, because the more you share, the more it gets to more people. So you can see how I am stretching it. That is how you want to also do it till the end of where you started from. So we are done with the first top stitch. We want to make the second one. So the same thing, you can even use your two hands to drag. You drag at the back, you can see, and you also drag at the front. Okay, so I said that you step away from the first line, let's say by half an inch. So you can see I'm dragging it with my two hands. So you want to do that also. Make sure you drag it. That is how you're going to get it right. So you're dragging it at the front with one hand. As you can see me do, you can see I'm literally pulling it with one hand, and at the back also I'm also holding it. You can see my hand at the back, I'm also holding it there. So I'm going to sew it round, doing what I just told you. So we are almost at the end of where we started from. So you want to just keep dragging. Okay, just keep dragging it. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to just keep dragging to the end of where you started from. It's as simple as that. So I will just continue to drag. Okay, make sure that you are in control. You can see the way I'm dragging it. So I'm at the end now. I will just back stitch. Okay. All right, so here is what we've got. I decided to make it 3 lines. So you can see I made 3 top stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here is the back. Okay, you can see how it looks. So you can, I decided to use black because I just want to use black thread. You can use a matching thread. Okay, so I hope you learned something. So do not to drop a comment. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you would be notified. So I'll see you in my next class.